When rescue teams pried open the Cessna's door on that frozen mountainside, they found the engine still warm, the radio crackling with unanswered calls, and the pilot's seatbelt unbuckled. But James Whitmore was gone, and the laws of physics said that was impossible. November 14th, 1987, dawned crisp and clear over Durango, Colorado. James Whitmore, a 52-year-old petroleum geologist with over 3,000 logged flight hours, arrived at Durango La Plata County Airport at 6:47 a.m. The tower recordings captured him whistling as he performed his pre-flight check on November. Sierra 2-847, a well-maintained 1979 Cessna 182 Skylane. "Beautiful day for it," he told the line service technician, Marco Gutierrez, who helped him fuel up. Marco would later tell investigators that Whitmore seemed relaxed, happy even. He had mentioned having breakfast with his daughter in Grand Junction, a routine flight he'd made dozens of times. The flight plan was textbook simple. Depart Durango at 7:15 a.m., cruise at 11,500 feet through the Rockies, land at Grand Junction Regional by 8:30 a.m. The weather forecast showed clear skies, light winds, visibility unlimited. At 7:13 a.m., Whitmore's voice came through the tower speakers. "Durango Tower, November. Sierra 2-847, ready for departure, runway 03. November Sierra 847, cleared for takeoff. Have a good flight, Jim." The Cessna lifted gracefully into the crystalline morning air. From the ground, Marco watched it shrink to a speck, then disappear into the vast blue canvas of sky. Everything was perfect. Everything was normal for exactly 43 minutes. At 7:58 a.m., Denver Center Air Traffic Controller Sarah McKenzie noticed November Sierra 2-847 had gone silent. She tried again. "November Sierra 847, Denver Center, radio check, silence." But here's what made Sarah's blood run cold. The transponder was still transmitting. The little blip representing Whitmore's plane continued crawling across her screen, maintaining altitude, maintaining course, moving northwest at exactly 140 knots. The airplane was flying perfectly. It just wasn't talking. Sarah alerted her supervisor, Dan Kowalski. He took the radio. "November Sierra 847, if you can hear this transmission, squawk ident." The transponder didn't squawk, but the plane kept flying its programmed course with mechanical precision. At 8:02 a.m., Dan made the decision. "I'm calling this in. Something's wrong." Within minutes, the Colorado Air National Guard scrambled an F-16. Captain Rick Dawson was wheels up by 8:11 a.m. Captain Dawson reached November Sierra 284-7 at 8:19 a.m. He throttled back and pulled alongside the small plane at a distance of roughly 200 feet. "Denver Center, Falcon 2-3. His voice had changed. "I have a visual on the cockpit." "Go ahead, Falcon 2-3. There's no one at the controls." Silence from the ground. "The pilot's seat is empty. I repeat, the pilot's seat is empty. The aircraft appears to be flying itself." "Falcon 2-3, can you confirm? Pilot is not visible or pilot is not present." "I'm at 50 feet separation now. The pilot's seat is empty. The co-pilot's seat is empty. I see no movement inside the aircraft whatsoever." The Cessna flew straight and level, its wings perfectly horizontal. No wobble, no deviation. "The autopilot," Dawson continued. "The heading indicator is visible through the window. It's centered. The Cessna's holding course like it's being flown by an expert." At 8:31 a.m., November Sierra 2847 began a gradual descent. "It's going down," Dawson reported. "Controlled descent. Not falling, descending. Like someone had decided it was time to land." At 8:47 a.m., exactly 47 minutes after James Whitmore's last radio transmission, November, Sierra 2-847 touched down on a small meadow at 9,200 feet elevation in the Uncompahgre National Forest, 18 miles southwest of Montrose. Captain Dawson watched in disbelief as the Cessna made what he described as a textbook soft field landing. The wheels kissed the grass, the plane rolled perhaps 300 feet, then came to a gentle stop. "It just landed itself," Dawson radioed, Perfect landing, middle of nowhere. Sheriff's Deputy Thomas Chen reached the Cessna first. His handwritten notes capture what he found. 8:54 a.m. Reached pilot door. Window shows empty cockpit. Knocked on fuselage. No response. Attempted door. Locked from inside. 8:56 a.m. Jimmy door open. Everything normal. Everything except the missing pilot. The pilot's seat, empty, seatbelt unbuckled. The autopilot was engaged, heading set for 315 degrees. James Whitmore's leather flight jacket hung behind the co-pilot seat. His headset rested on the glare shield. In the cup holder, a thermos of coffee, still slightly warm, sat half full. On the co-pilot seat, investigators found a yellow legal pad with Whitmore's in-flight notes. The last entry read, 7:56 a.m., Abeam Ridgeway. Altitude 11,500, fuel 3/4, all normal. 2 minutes before the radio went silent. Nothing suggested distress. Nothing suggested anything but a routine flight. "Where the hell is he?" someone said, the question on everyone's mind. For 6 days, over 200 people combed through 18 square miles of wilderness. Helicopters with infrared flew overhead. Search dogs were brought in. The dogs showed no interest in the Cessna. They picked up no scent trail whatsoever leading away from the aircraft. "It's like he teleported out of there," said K9 handler Rebecca Moss. "My dog should have been able to track him, but here, nothing." The theories multiplied, each more impossible than the last. The bailout theory suggested Whitmore had parachuted out somewhere along the route, but no parachute was missing. The doors couldn't be opened in flight without obvious damage. And who had programmed the autopilot to land in that specific meadow? The foul play theory investigated whether someone had harmed Whitmore, but his family and friends reported no conflicts, no threats, no unusual behavior. His finances were stable. His marriage was solid. The man who'd whistled during his pre-flight check wasn't running from anything. NTSB investigator Patricia Chambers led the technical analysis. "Let's work backwards," she told her team. They compiled radar data and created a minute-by-minute reconstruction. The plane had flown a nearly perfect route. It maintained altitude within 100 feet. Its heading changed exactly 3 times. Normal course corrections. Its speed remained constant at optimal cruise. At 7:56 a.m., it had been exactly where it should be. At 7:58 a.m., it stopped responding to radio calls. But it never deviated from course, not by a single degree. "Here's what bothers me," Patricia told her colleagues. "The autopilot on a 79 Cessna 182 can hold altitude and heading. That's it. It can't land the aircraft. Landing requires constant human input. So someone landed it. But who? There was no one in the cockpit when Dawson intercepted it. No one when it landed. No one when first responders arrived." She stared at the flight path traced across the map. "And this meadow? Why this meadow?" The plane came to this one with what appears to be deliberate intent, like someone chose it. On day 7, the official search was called off. The NTSB's final report, released 9 months later, concluded, "The National Transportation Safety Board determines the probable cause of this incident to be undetermined." Epilogue. The mystery endures. 37 years have passed. James Whitmore would be 89 years old now. His daughter Ellen has never held a memorial service. "I can't," she told an interviewer, "because I don't know what happened." The Cessna was eventually sold to a flight school in Arizona. As far as anyone knows, November Sierra 2847 is still flying somewhere. Marco Gutierrez never whistled while working again. Captain Dawson retired, wondering if Whitmore had still been there, just invisible somehow. Sarah McKenzie left air traffic control, unable to handle the anxiety every time a blip went quiet. The meadow in Uncompahgre National Forest looks the same as it did in 1987. Hikers occasionally stumble across it, never knowing they're standing on one of aviation's greatest unsolved mysteries. On November 14th every year, Ellen Whitmore drives to Grand Junction Regional Airport. She sits in the parking lot from 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. and watches planes come and go. She wonders. And in pilot lounges across Colorado, veteran pilots still tell the story. They tell it about James Whitmore, a good pilot on a perfect morning, who took off into the blue and disappeared from a plane that never stopped flying. They tell it about November Sierra 2847, the ghost flight that landed itself in the Rockies, carrying no one at all.